Thank you very much, sir. And may I now request Honorable Chief Justice of India, Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, to bless us all with his presidential address. Honorable Mr. Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud.
Namaste and good morning. Honorable Mr. V.K. Saxena, the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, my very dear companion judges of the Supreme Court, Sister Justice Hima Kohli and Brother Justice Amanullah, Justice Manmohan, the Acting Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court, Justice Rajiv Shakdar, Judge of the Delhi High Court and Chairperson of the Infrastructure Committee, other judges of the Delhi High Court, Ms. Atishi, Minister PWD, Finance and Law of JNCTD, Shri Naresh Kumar, the Chief Secretary, judges of the District Judiciary, including the Principal District Judges, and distinguished members of the Bar. This morning, we have laid the foundation stone of new court buildings at Karkardooma, Shastri Park, and Rohini. Traditionally, the cornerstone or the foundation stone is the first stone of the building, which becomes the reference point for all other bricks to be laid in the course of its construction. It determines the structure, orientation, and direction of the building, attributes of significant and long-ranging consequences. The buildings which we look forward to witness have much to offer. First, they would expand the capacity of the courts to function over one of the most populous jurisdictions in the NCT of Delhi. They would alleviate case backlogs and provide a dignified environment to all stakeholders. These are buildings which we dedicate to the citizens, to the residents of Delhi and beyond who will come here in search of justice. My congratulations to the High Court, to the government of the National Capital Territory of Delhi, to the architect, to the members of the registry who have toiled for long, and for everyone associated with the project. These GRIHA-rated buildings, GRIHA, of course, as you know, stands for Green Rated Integrated Habitat Assessment. The GRIHA-rated buildings would have shaded facades, diffusion of natural light inside the buildings, significant capacity for storage of water, including rainwater harvesting, among other environmental measures. This year, Delhi experienced the hottest recorded weather. We have experienced 2 heat waves, followed by record-breaking rain in a single day. Our infrastructure must reflect the reality we live in. Climate change can no longer be ignored. One crucial step is to incorporate a green lifestyle into our daily lives, which includes reducing carbon emissions. I was delighted to know from Sri Gurmeet Singh, the architect, a short while ago, that the new buildings will focus on heat island mitigation and reduce environmental footprint. As courts, we are the largest guzzlers of paper and among the largest destroyers of trees for our work. This is something which we have to take care of. It would be universally accessible to allow comfortable navigation of the premises and would have structural safety features. These foundational considerations are vital if we are to make for an inclusive judiciary. Accessibility measures are not pure annexes or afterthoughts to a building, but an inherent structural consideration. I am reminded of a story where disability rights groups had been requesting for accessibility measures at the historical monuments in India and in our city. When Stephen Hawking, the great physicist and cosmologist, came to India, he wished to see Indian monuments, particularly those in Delhi. To enable his movement, temporary wooden ramps were installed at 4 historical monuments. It is believed that if you touch the Qutub Minar and make a wish, it comes true. When Stephen Hawking was asked what he wished for at the Qutub Minar, he said, I wish when I leave, these ramps will remain. Court premises, like all buildings, are not just made of bricks and concrete. They are made of hope. Courts are made to realize the virtues of justice and the rule of law. Every case that is being filed before us is with that hope for justice. When we invest in the safety, accessibility, and comfort of our judges, lawyers, and litigants, we build more than just an efficient system. We make for a just and inclusive system. Since the inception of Karkardooma Court in 1993, numerous expansion projects and additional complexes have been constructed and completed. The new court complexes enhance the efficiency of the court and reduce pendency. Courts are a repository of precedent and an accumulation of social histories. Judges apply the present law, drawing upon the past law to shape the future law. Through their rulings, judges bridge historical legal principles with contemporary issues and challenges, crafting the legal landscape for tomorrow. Courts engage in rigorous discussion and arguments over legal principle and their application to specific cases. Judges carefully deliberate on the merits of each side's arguments before reaching a decision, ensuring a thorough and balanced examination of the issues at hand. Much like how the cornerstone of buildings shape its structure and orientation, the cornerstone of justice and equality must shape the orientation of the court's approach to cases. Our legal and constitutional system is fundamentally premised on the virtues of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Our district judiciary is at the forefront, at the front line to secure justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Courts are the guardian of these foundational virtues. We uphold them by enforcing rights-based substantive laws and fairness-based procedural laws. The central importance of these virtues reminds me of the Rama Kamati case from 1720. For those of you who are like me history buffs, I'll refer you to a chapter on the history of Bombay 1708 to 1725, which is published in the Bombay Quarterly Review of 1856. Rama Kamati was a wealthy noble from the then province of Bombay who had been loyal to the East India Company for over 30 years. The Governor General in Council developed an enmity with Rama Kamati and accused him of conspiring with a Maratha naval pirate who had pledged his loyalty to Chhatrapati Shahuji Maharaj. Rama Kamati's servant was subjected to custodial torture to confess the criminality of his employer. The employee confessed that he had heard from a dance girl who claimed to have met the pirate and received information that Rama Kamati had sent a letter to him, to the pirate against the governor. This hearsay piece of evidence was supplemented by fabricated copies of the alleged letter written by Rama Kamati. Governor Boone of Bombay and his council investigated and prosecuted Rama Kamati and convicted him in their capacity as judges. Rama Kamati's property was confiscated and auctioned, in which the governor himself claimed an amount of rupees 32,000 as due to him. As Rama Kamati languished and died in jail, it was conclusively proved outside the court that the evidence against him was fabricated and the charges against him were false. The story of Rama Kamati is a reminder to us that rough, ready and handy justice is an anathema to the rule of law and procedural guarantees which we have all come to cherish. The foundation of a court must be sound, both in its structural and philosophical capacity. The court must subserve no might but the Constitution and be in service of no one but the litigant. Our courts are not merely sites of sovereign power, but are also essential public service providers. Karkardooma was the first court to be equipped as an e-court in 2010. It will now have state-of-the-art facilities which are environmentally conscious and sustainable, justice-oriented and accessible. I am hopeful that the new additions to the courts will embrace their rich legacy and create futuristic courts to enhance efficiency and uphold justice and the rule of law. I thank you very much for inviting me, and it's a great honor to be here this morning. Namaskar.
बहुत बहुत आभार माननीय भारत के मुख्य न्यायाधीश महोदय का। आपका विजन, आपकी सोच, आपका एक एक शब्द हम सबको ऊर्जा से भरता है, हमारी सोच और संकल्पों को मजबूती देता है।